Up until now, the C300 was the fastest and most performance-oriented version of the new W206 Mercedes-Benz C-Class that Mercedes could offer. Now though, the people at AMG have taken the W206 and made the C43, which is the second generation of this car. What's new for the C43 AMG 2023? In today's video, we are discussing the Mercedes C43 AMG 2023. Is it really worth being anxious for? Kindly stay tuned to the end of this video to see what's new in the C43 AMG. Thanks! For the 2023 model year, the C43 has been redesigned from the ground up. It should be available at Mercedes dealers by the end of 2022. A C63 model with even more power is on the way, and we know that it will also be powered by a version of the high-torque 2.0-liter Turbo 4. Mercedes-AMG Tuning Division was given free reign over the next generation of the C-Class, and the result is this brand new 2023 C43 Sports Sedan. This time, the C43 has 2 fewer cylinders and 1 less liter of engine displacement, but not less power. This is because AMG replaced the old model's 385 horsepower 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 with a new 402 horsepower 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. On the C43, you can get all sorts of performance-boosting tech, such as rear-wheel steering and adaptive dampeners for the aggressively tuned suspension. The interior of the C43 is similar to that of the new Benz branded C300, but instead of looking like it went to high school, it looks like it went to racing school. Most of the dash is made of carbon fiber trim, and the rest is fake leather with contrasting stitching. The C43's new heavily boosted 4-cylinder engine, which uses turbocharger technology from the Mercedes F1 racing team and is similar to the one in the SL43 convertible, which is not sold in the US, is what driving enthusiasts will be most excited to try. If you only looked at the new Mercedes-AMG C43, you might think that entry-level performance version of the small C-Class was just getting a new generation. True, the C43 AMG model is moving to the all-new C-Class body for 2022, which is what you'd expect after the C made its debut this year. A new, more powerful C63 is sure to follow. But there's a big change under that muscular hood. The old C43's turbocharged V6 is gone, and in its place is a new mild hybrid inline-4 engine with electric turbocharging technology taken from F1 racing. Even though the engine is 50% smaller, it's 7% more powerful. The power goes up, and so does the efficiency, at least according to Mercedes-Benz. The EPA will soon release the final fuel economy numbers, but who cares about all the dull things like gas mileage? Let's talk about how much faster the new 4-cylinder engine is. The gas engine comes from Mercedes M139 engine family. It is the same turbocharged i4 found in smaller AMGs like the A35/45, CLA45, GLA35/45, and the GLB 35/45. This version is called the M139L by AMG because it has been changed from a transverse to a longitudinal layout. It also uses Benz's new electric turbocharging technology. The 2.0-liter engine turbo can be driven by exhaust gases, like a typical turbo engine, or spun up by an electric motor to fill torque gaps and fight low-speed turbo lag by spinning up the turbo instantly. The amount of technology is still too much. The 48-volt electrical system that powers the e-turbo is fed by a motor/generator unit on the engine's accessory drive belt. The MGU can give the engine a 13 horsepower boost through the drive belt when it's not taking energy from the crankshaft when the car slows down or when it's in an overrun. AMG also puts in a 2-stage gasoline injection system that combines direct injection with the intake manifold duct injection. This system uses solenoid valves to combine direct injection with the intake manifold duct injection, which we think is able to dump extra fuel into the chamber when it needs to make a lot of power at high revs. Here are some important facts about that significant power. At 6,750 RPM, it has 402 horsepower, and at 5,000 RPM, It has 369 pound-per-foot of torque. As we already said, the motor and generator can add up to 13 horsepower for short amounts of time. Compared to the old C43's 3.0-liter V6, which made 385 horsepower and 384 pounds-per-foot of torque, and the new SL343 Roadster sold overseas, which has a similar M139L mild hybrid system, this is a big improvement. Yes, that means that the new C43 has less torque than it did before, but 27 more horsepower. This power goes to all four wheels through a 9-speed automatic transmission with a clutch instead of a torque converter and AMG's Performance 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, which sends 31% of the torque to the front wheels and 69% to the back wheels. Mercedes-AMG says that the new powertrain can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds, which is about the same as the estimated time for the old C43. We'll know for sure if this estimate is too low when we test a 2023 Mercedes-AMG C43 with our test equipment, so stay tuned for that. Standard on the new C43 is a new rear wheel steering system that can tilt the back wheels up to 2.5 degrees to tighten the turning circle at low speeds by turning against the front tires, or increase stability at higher speeds by moving up to 0.7 degrees in sync with the front tires. The brakes on the C43 are bigger than those on the other C-Class models. The big 14.6-inch rotors on the front are squeezed by 4 piston fixed calipers, and the 12.6-inch rotors in the back are grabbed by a single piston floating caliper. Surprisingly for a modern performance car, the 18-inch diameter of the base wheels and tires is pretty mild. People who want to give up some ride comfort and more style and maybe bigger tires can choose 19 or 20-inch wheels. This also raises the top speed from 155 miles per hour, which is electronically limited, to 165 miles per hour. Standard is an adjustable suspension tune for AMG. We're curious about what kind of noise the new C43 will make, but owners who want to hear more can look forward to an exhaust system with flaps that will change the sound and volume to match the drive mode. If you want even more snort, you can add the AMG Real Performance Sound feature, which sends real exhaust sound into the cabin through the speakers. The look of AMG. All of the C43's new mechanical parts are well hidden by upgrades to its looks that were expected. AMG has given the new C-Class the snarling intakes, bulging hood, 4 exhaust outlets, and vertical slat grille that are now typical of AMG cars. Inside, the usual AMG tricks are used, including a sportier steering wheel with an AMG drive mode selector and shift paddles, heavily bolstered seats, red seatbelts, and AMG-themed designs for the 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and 11.9-inch central touchscreen. We don't know yet how much the new C43 will cost, but we do know that the sedan will be on sale in the US by the end of the year. We don't know much about the expected C63 version yet, but we do know that it will have an even more powerful version of this 4-cylinder powertrain, one with full hybridization, including a 201 horsepower electric motor that is said to match the power of the old C63's twin turbo 4.0-liter V8 engine. Features for driver assistance and safety. Like the C-Class, the C43 has a lot of standard driver assistant features, but the coolest tech, like an adaptive cruise control system that uses navigation data to adjust the car's speed for upcoming curves and roundabouts, is still an extra. Some important safety features are automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection comes as standard, available lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, and available adaptive cruise control with a lane centering feature. Visit the websites of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety to find out more about how the C43 did in crash tests, infotainment, and connectivity. All models have a large 11.9-inch touchscreen for entertainment that is built into the center console and slightly angled toward the driver. The system comes with a 12.3-inch digital gauge display and the latest MBUX software interface, which lets you use your voice to control the system. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto should be both standard for wireless connections. A high-end Burmester stereo system, a wireless charging pad for smartphones, a heads-up display, and in-dash navigation are all options. Coverage for warranty and maintenance. BMW, Genesis, and Volvo, 3 Mercedes competitors, and AMG all offer 3 years of free maintenance. On the other hand, Mercedes-AMG does not include this benefit in its standard warranty. Aside from that, all new AMGs come with an industry standard plan that covers for most things up to 4 years or 50,000 miles. It has a limited warranty that lasts for 4 years or 50,000 miles, a powertrain warranty that lasts for 4 years or 50,000 miles, and no free maintenance appointments. Thanks for watching today's video. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like, and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and I'll personally reply to your comment. Thanks!